May I now request PDG Ajay ji to host the panel with our Forest Department directors who have been working on the mangrove cell here in Maharashtra and also in West Bengal. I will leave it to Ajay ji to introduce the panel. Thank you.
This is a very exciting moment because we have all these people who on a daily basis work on this very important species, the mangrove. And firstly, we have Mr. VIRENDRA TIWARY. He's the APCCF, which means he looks after the mangroves. He's the assistant conservator. No, sorry, he is the APCCF, which is Chief Conservator of Forest Mangrove Department here in Mumbai, in Maharashtra. His office is in Mumbai only, and I must tell you that he's a very dynamic officer from the IFS 1990 batch, and he took the baton of running the mangrove cell very recently. But I must tell you that when you meet him in his office and you talk to him, you realize that this man is really passionate about doing something for the mangroves. So all the biodatas of all the 4 people we have are really lengthy because they have done a lot. But I'm going to be very brief on that because we want to hear more of them. So I'll request him, Mr. VIRENDRA, to please join me here. I need one more chair here, or are we having one person less today? Yeah. And then we have Mr. Pier Chand, who's joining us virtually. He is in the same position as what Mr. VIRENDRA holds here in Maharashtra. He holds in SUNDERBANS. He looks after the biosphere reserve there. 1991 batch IFS again, belonging to West Bengal cadre. He spent his illustrious career in biodiversity-rich Darjeeling Hills, and his productive tenure as registrar of the prestigious Forest Research Institute, Dehradun, was really made a lot of difference, and right now he's the APCCF Sundarbans Biosphere Reserve. Can you put a spotlight on him so people can see he's there? Yep. And then we have Mr. RAVIKANT SINHA.
He's the director of Sundarbans.
Yeah, he's the director of Sundarbans. And then we have Mr. RAVIKANT SINHA. Mr. RAVIKANT? Yeah. Oh, so I was looking that side. Thank you for coming. We have had some interesting discussions with him on Zoom. Senior officer of the IFS, working in various key positions in the state and central government, looking after schemes of the social sector, both at the implementation level and at policy planning levels. Of course, a lot of qualifications all these gentlemen have on the subjects. He's got extensive experience in handling legal cases in the Supreme Court PIL on the Taj trapezium in 1994-2000 and handling flagship social sector schemes both in center and state. 2017 to 19, he was posted as PCCF, Principal Chief Conservator of Forests, Wildlife, Sundarbans. Please join us here. Thank you so much for coming, sir. Then we have Mr. Bhivesh Pandav, Director, Bombay Natural Housing Society. He started his... what did I say? Okay, housing. Well, friends, I've had some sleepless nights, so this is going to happen. So please bear with me sometimes. Okay. Well, he is housing the animals out there. So I think I'm not so far away. He started his career in professional wildlife as a professional wildlife biologist and with the Wildlife Institute of India. He's a faculty member since 1999. And 2007-10, he coordinated WWF's tiger program in 11 tiger range countries. So that's a lot of work he's done. He's currently on a secondment with the WIA to BNHS and has joined BNHS very recently. Please join us here, sir. Thank you so much. So friends, it's very difficult for a guy who started understanding environment very recently to talk to such eminent people. But you know what? I like to take challenges, and I'm going to try to do that. So I've got a number of questions for you all. In fact, a lot of questions come to the mind, but I'm going to request you to give us really pointed answers because the time is short, but very important that these guys are your frontline workers today. to work towards the environment, the betterment of the environment. So I think we need to give them a big round of applause for all the work that they have been doing and they're going to continue doing. And we're going to work with them together. So first I'm going to ask Mr. Virendra and then Mr. PR, because both of them are today looking after these two huge mangrove belts. What are the threats that mangrove ecosystems face?
Good morning to all. So we all know about the importance of mangrove, and particularly I would like to tell about Maharashtra. Though there are a lot of threats to mangrove in general, but over the period from 2013 to 2019, mangrove has increased. In 2013, it was 186 square kilometer in Maharashtra, and now it is 320 square kilometers. So the tremendous, it's the highest increase in the country. It has now increased by 72% over the period of 6 years. We, particularly in Mumbai, we have a lot of mangroves in and around Mumbai. And as we all understand, there is a lot of pressure, particularly of debris dumping, and also some encroachment issues. And the government of Maharashtra is working for the protection of mangroves and also the conservation. We have a separate mangrove cell which has been established in 2012. This is the only state in country where a separate mangrove cell has been established for conservation and protection. And also in 2015, government established a foundation called Mangrove and Marine Biodiversity Conservation Foundation. So that is, I think, this is approach. If other states also take up this approach, it will be good for conservation of mangroves.
Thank you, sir. I think that's very important what information he's given us. Mr. PR, can you answer the same question? What are the threats that mangrove ecosystems face?
Good morning, everybody. Actually, the threat right now we are facing is, frequent occurrence of the cyclones. For last 5 to 10 years, it's happening so frequently. Earlier, the gap of cyclone used to be once in a 5 year. Now, what it's in recent years, it's happening twice in a year. So maybe I think it's contributed because of this climate change and that sea rise level probably. So this probably is posing a lot of threat to the mangrove, particularly in Sundarban, because in Sundarban we cannot increase the area. We cannot get into that area which we need, which are there in the interside, and we will take up a plantation over there. But the cyclone is causing that degradation, depletion of the mangrove forest in Sundarban, and it's causing a lot of problem there. This is what is the problem which we are facing here in mangrove.
Thank you.